Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades, I hope you're doing well wherever you are. This is Kenya Revolutionary for another session, another quick session. This time I won't be here for long because it's Furahi Day. I know you're doing a bunch of stuff. You're ready for the weekend, Premier League weekend, Raila's burial. There's so much happening. But I just wanted to touch on this topic real quick. It's going to be a brief topic. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not, okay? I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to hold you. I'm just going to be here very brief. The topic, as you can see, Babu Owino, the mistake he made, that he's kind of starting to like reap the consequences of the grave mistake that he made so far in his career. I know the history of Babu Owino. We know the DJ Evolve thing. We know his past usage of drugs, slapping people around, the returning officer, all that. We understand all the drama surrounding Babu Owino. He has a history, okay? He's not somebody who will pass chapter 6, but that's not what I want to talk about here. Let's just assume, he made it to the chapter 6. He passed it, okay? He's going to run for something or whatever the case is, or he's Babu Owino as he is right now. The point I'm trying to make, the bigger point that I'm trying to make here, what I want to emphasize in this video is the grave mistake that Babu has done thus far in his career. And that mistake is this. It's one big one. That's why I'm saying I understand the past history of shooting people on camera and all that stuff, but this one is the major one. Babu Owino showed his hand way too early, okay? I'll repeat again. Babu Owino showed his hand way too early. He showed his intention way too early. And this kind of mistake it comes down to him being young. He's a young politician, okay? And I think him being young, lacking somebody to walk him through the political, journey is what is costing him right now. He's too eager to become the man. Now, let me explain something to you. You heard the news of, there's intel, there's rumors that the ODM, Baba fans, or whatever the case, there's some people in ODM who are planning to do him harm if he was to show up in Opoda for Raila's burial tomorrow. We heard about that, right? And this is due to the kind of reception Babu Owino received yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday or something like that? When people were meeting at Kasarani, we all saw how people met him in great jubilation. They were so happy to see him. He kind of it's as if he's the crowd's favorite. He's the new star. A star is born now that Raila is done with. Raila is gone. So I think this is so with that reaction that he received yesterday, I think there are people in some quarters who are not happy about the kind of reception Babu Owino received yesterday, given the fact that, he seems to be the inevitable, that's the perception at least, he seems to be the inevitable kingpin of the Luo Nyanza province or Luo Nyanza, political voting basket. Let me just say that, okay? And here's the mistake that Babu Owino did, okay? This is what I want to emphasize, or the point that I really want to drive home. The point that I want to drive home is this. When Babu Owino, right before even, years or 2 years before Raila Odinga, passed, when Raila was still alive, Babu Owino would go to different radio stations and make it very clear that after Baba, it's Babu. And he made it also very clear that he was going to run for gubernatorial seat in Nairobi. Okay, he did not make it a secret. He said it live. He said it earlier in his made his second term as an Embakasi MP, that the gubernatorial seat is where he wants to run, and he's aiming for it. And after Baba, it's Babu. And we remember the infamous interview where he said he has to be in the table. If the table is not, if he's not included in the table, he'll break the table, the proverbial breaking of the table, okay? That right there did not sit well with a lot of people. And coupled with the fact that Babu is actually very influential with young ODM folks, okay? Especially with the Luo Nyanza youth. There are people who actually see him as, you know, the new Raila Odinga. And the media is actually picking up on this and propping him up as such, as the new young king who is going to inherit that Raila's proverbial seat, okay, as the head of the Luo Nyanza. Now, I don't think Babu Owino understands the pressure, what that means, the seriousness, the jealousy behind the kind of attention that comes with that, okay? Listen, Raila was quite an influential guy, not only nationwide, but within Luo Nyanza. And even as Raila was, you know, given the fact that he had this influence, it's something that a lot of politicians actually really envy. They dream of having that kind of love, influence, you know, that kind of touch, how he touched people, okay? A lot of politicians would die to have that kind of, you know, fame, popularity with the people. So if you are just starting your journey as Babu Owino and you're already backing and roaring as a young cub lion, making it clear that you are going to be the next it. Listen, there are so many people who can derail your journey, okay? Because like I told you, there's a lot of people in ODM who has been eyeing that position that Raila Odinga has. There are a lot of people in ODM who have been dreaming, okay? They wake up dreaming of having that kind of influence that Raila has. And you will see it right after Raila is buried. You'll see how everyone will try to attach themselves with Raila Odinga's name, and everything they do, they will not stop the Raila and Nino coattailing. They will still be going out there, still naming Raila Odinga in every speech, because they want that love that Raila Odinga has to translate into to transfer to their political career, which is not going to happen. But I'm just telling you this. So what I'm saying is this: the biggest mistake Babu Owino ever made, and it's probably going to delay his political career. I'm not saying it's going to necessarily end his career, but it's going to derail his political path, okay? Is that he showed his cards way too early. Here's the thing. Ongele, listen to me. That's why I usually tell you, I would give you free political advice, okay? And so listen, my services are not cheap. Babu, you know, if you're watching this, okay? My services are not cheap, okay? I charge about $100K US per month for my consultation fee. But for you, I'll give you free because you're young. I can see you're young. But anyway, here it is, Babu, you know, okay? I know you are young, but what? He's not even 40 yet. He's not even 40 years old, this Babu Owino guy, okay? But given the fact that you're too ambitious, you showed your cards too early. You told everyone that your dream is to inherit that Raila Odinga's position, okay? And you verbally expressed it in so many interviews, saying after Baba, ni Babu. It's a catchy phrase, likable and all that stuff. But listen, you don't know the implications of this. I remember when there was something going on in Homa Bay a few months ago, and Gladys Wanga was addressing the people. Remember, mind you, Gladys Wanga is the Homa Bay, governor. But the crowd, the youth, they were like, Babu, Babu, we want to hear from Babu, we want to hear from Babu. And Babu, Wanga had to cut her speech short and had to hand over the microphone to Babu Owino. And when Babu took over, Wanga was looking at, giving Babu the dirty looks, okay? He was side-eyeing, okay? Looking at Babu sideways like, who do you think you are? But the crowd called for Babu. So Babu had to address the crowd. You saw when he was walking, even when he was walking in that stadium, Raila Odinga Stadium, whatever, in Homa Bay, and Jalas was, anyway, whatever. People, the young folks like Babu, okay? The young folks likes Babu. But Babu, you have to understand something, okay? Fame is good. Popularity is a good thing. But if not handled right, it can even end your life. And I'm not kidding. Because let me tell you, there are people in that ODM party who feel that they've given an arm and leg, and they've given their sweat and tears and blood to reach wherever they are. And they've been dreaming of becoming the party leaders. They've been dreaming of being the most popular politician, or inheriting that crown that Raila Odinga left. Okay? And here you are. That's why you had Mbadi. Was it Mbadi or somebody who said that, Babu Owino cannot be the next Raila because he can barely, he barely stopped breastfeeding or something like that. Basically insinuating that Babu Owino was too young. What that shows you is this. They view you, Babu Owino, as a young folk, like a young guy who's ambitious, who doesn't have the experience, but has huge ambitions. Okay? Remember in the Bible about the old prophet and the young prophet? Okay? The old prophet was anointed, but he lost his anointing. Okay? Okay? God stopped speaking to him. Okay? So when he had that, when God anointed the young prophet, he told the young prophet not to do what? Not to, wherever he's going, don't eat the food that you're going to be offered. Okay? So the young folk went to this town, whatever the case is, as the story goes, and the old prophet heard that the young prophet was coming to town, and the old prophet understood and knew that the young prophet was the anointed one. So he was jealous about that because the young prophet was the anointed one. So when the young prophet came, that old man, the old prophet, offered the young prophet food. And remember, God warned the young prophet, the anointed prophet, not to eat anything that he'll be offered. Don't eat their food. But the young prophet did not heed to God's warning. And he ate the food that was offered by the old prophet who no longer had the anointing of God. And guess what happened after that? When he ate that food, soon as he was going to his journey, whatever, a lion came and devoured the young prophet, and he lost his life. And that was the end of that anointed young prophet. What's the story about this? What's the lesson here, Babu Owino? Here it is. I'll give you an advice, Babu Owino, okay? Listen to me. I'm helping you out. I'm helping you out. This is what's going to happen, okay? You see these young, old folks, these Wandai, Mbadi, all these Nyang Nyongo, all these people in ODM, they don't like you. They do not like you. They can't stand you, okay? You know why? Because they're the old prophets. They had the anointing in the 90s, in 1992, while they were fighting Moi. They were the crowd's favorite back then, them and Raila Odinga. And when they're sitting there in that ODM meetings, they're thinking, after Baba, it's going to be us. Because we've been with Baba since 1990s, mid-2000s, okay? We were Baba's right-hand man, and we are older. But the anointing is gone. So here you are, you're coming in with the support, the popularity of these young folks, and you're excited. Oh, I'm the new, whatever, I'm the new man. Guess what? They're going to set you up. they are going to set you up, Babu Owino. They are going to set you up in different ways. The setup is real. They are going to set you up, Babu Owino. And listen, they are going to do it indirectly. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The most, as of right now, now with the death of Raila Odinga, nationally, the most influential politician who can have his way right now is Uhuru Kenyatta. I'll repeat it again. The most influential politician in Kenya right now, with Raila gone, is Uhuru Kenyatta. I'm not talking about the crowd's favorite or people like him or whatever. No. I'm talking about influence, real power, the unseen power. Let me tell you something. The real power lies with, it's always unseen. You can't see it. You just feel its effect. And the person who wields it as of right now is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, okay? Uhuru Kenyatta has Mount Kenya in his back, okay? If you look, I always tell you guys this, okay? If you look at the political landscape right now, all the candidates, all of them, the people who are saying that they want to kukimbia for president or whatever right now, everybody who wants to run for presidency, all of them, at some point, they either work for Uhuru Kenyatta or they used to work for Uhuru Kenyatta. Okay? You want me to go down the list? Gachagua. Gachagua was Uhuru's personal assistant. Now, you might argue that Gachagua is the voice of Mrima. No. Listen carefully. That's why you see Gachagua, since he was impeached and is at odds, so-called odds, with Ruto, he has been trying to make amends with Uhuru Kenyatta. Do you know why? Because Gachagua's strongest stronghold, or where he enjoys some level of support, is Mount Kenya. But Gachagua understands that the real Mudamaki, the people with the financial muscle, the people who can make things happen, is Uhuru Kenyatta, the Kenyatta family, being represented by Muigai, Uhuru Kenyatta, okay? They have the money, they have the influence, and they can make things happen, okay? If it's, the money is long, richest family by far, dollar billionaires, okay? And remember, Gachagua was also part of that Limuru 3, along with Martha Karua and other Mount Kenya folks who voted Uhuru Kenyatta as the kingpin of Murima, as the Mudamaki. Remember, okay? Matiangi. I know I'm coming to Babu Owino. Just relax. Matiangi takes his marching orders from Uhuru Kenyatta. Did you see Uhuru Kenyatta today giving that speech about Raila in Ninio? In Raila's memorial, whatever the case is, at Nyayo Stadium, dancing, people are talking about aura and all that. Uhuru knows power now is absolute power is on him. The reason why I say that is because Uhuru now is not the bad guy. During his tenure as the president, he was the bad guy. Raila akamsafisha with the handshake, but still he was the bad guy. That's why everyone was screaming, Maliza uende, Maliza utoke, because everyone was sick of Uhuru Kenyatta, okay? But now that he has been alienda kakaa chini ya maji, akashikana na Guambo, right? Okay? They maintained their friendship, all that stuff, all right? Made amends with Ruto, which I don't think they were enemies in the first place, but that's another story for another day, okay? But now, the number one enemy, the number one enemy in Kenya is William Samoei Arap Ruto. That's the bad guy. That's the person who everyone hates. From Nyanza province, Central Coast. Central is not even it's a no-go. You can't even, you understand what I'm saying? All the hate, all the Ninio, is towards Kasongo. The people even saying Kasongo aliua ninio, aliua nani? Aliua Raila. Okay, that's the rumors. But, you know, it's here or not there. I'm not going to address that further. But I'm just saying, so now, out of the big wigs, okay, now that Raila, because Raila was the biggest star of them all, the biggest political figure in Kenya, because like I told you, the reason is Raila's contribution and perceived contribution, and also given the fact that he's the oldest of all of them. He was the oldest. He comes from that era of Wakina Nyachai, Shikuku, okay, Matiba, Wamalu Kijana. You understand? He came from that era, but he was the last one from that era, and he's on the ground. So as it stands right now, power as far as influence in the political field, looking at this political candidates, especially for the presidential election, all of them are under Uhuru Kenyatta. All of them. Even Okia Mtata. All of them are under the control of Uhuru Kenyatta. Why am I saying Uhuru Kenyatta, and why, you might be asking yourself, how does this play? What does this have to do with Babu Owino? Remember, Babu Owino, the mistake he did, he showed his hands so early. He shows his intention so early. I think it's something in was it 48 laws of power? One of them is never show your intention, conceal your intention. He violated that law. He showed his intention. He wants to run for governor in Nairobi. Listen to me. The gubernatorial seat in Nairobi will not go to Babu Owino. It's probably going to go to Murima or Western. Tim Wanyonyi was a candidate, but Tim Wanyonyi, I think he decided to go run in Bungoma, back in his province, back in his home somewhere back there. Okay, so Sakaja is a gone case. Sakaja is not going to be re-elected. We all know that, especially now that Raila is gone. Sakaja is not going to be re-elected. So Babu Owino has to contend with probably what's his name? Igathe. What's his name? Igathe. I think that's what's his name. Igathe. Is that what's his name? Igathe. The son of that billionaire who passed away a few years back. Okay, the son of the billionaire. He's a billionaire, whatever, Igathe. The guy who Sakaja was running against last time. Okay? Regardless, I'm telling you right now, I'll be real with you. Babu Owino, let me just be real with you right now. Gubernatorial seat in Nairobi, it's probably more than likely will go to somebody other than Babu Owino, because it will be greatly determined by Uhuru Kenyatta and Uhuru Kenyatta's money. He's the biggest politician. He's the influential politician as of right now, with the absence of Raila Odinga. You don't believe me? No, you don't? Name somebody who's more influential than Uhuru Kenyatta right now. I'm not saying he has the same influence as Raila Odinga as far as the popularity, but I'm saying seniority-wise, because Kenyans forget. In 2 seconds, Kenyans forget what Uhuru Kenyatta did. But I'm saying, as it stands right now, if you're talking about seniority, respect, given the fact that these were sons of dynasties, okay? And listen to me, Ruto understood this. That's why he made it clear that he talked to, before Raila Odinga died, he brought in Raila Odinga, he reached out to Gideon, and he reached out to Uhuru Kenyatta. Who are these people? They're dynasties. Dynasties that he used to call dynasties in 2022. He can't call them dynasties anymore because he understands, okay? He understands that he has failed to deliver as a president. So he needs all the help he can get. He has failed to deliver, and he needs all the help he wants. He went to Raila Odinga, like I explained as I explained in my first video earlier today. that Raila Odinga gave him the acute care. Unaelewa? Acute care. You guys who work in the healthcare, you understand what acute care is. Acute care is when you go to a hospital or a section of the hospital or whatever, and they help stabilize you. When they'll bring you back to where you need to be. You understand? That's what is called acute care. So what Raila Odinga did to Ruto's administration was to provide acute care, save him from a popular revolution by the Gen Zs. And once Ruto stabilized and put in fortified the security infrastructure, fortified his position as far as security is concerned for his position, now he doesn't need Raila. Raila was going to be not helpful to him because Raila already told you, like I said in my first video, Raila already said that ODM was going to have a presidential candidate in 2027, which means if you do your math, that meant that at some point UDA and ODM were going to part ways, because you can't be having a political pact, then come election time, you have your own presidential candidate and I have my presidential candidate. It doesn't make sense. So Ruto understood that Raila was going to abandon him. Okay? But now Raila is out of the picture. Let's not just talk about Raila. He's gone. Rest in peace. Okay? He's done. He's out of the figure. So let's look at who is the most influential right now. Babu Owino, I'm still on you. Don't worry about it. This has everything to do with Babu Owino. Okay? Like I say, Babu Owino's biggest mistake was to show his hand way too early. His intention, what he wants to achieve, his dream. His dream is what? What is Babu Owino's dream? Wants to be the governor of Nairobi, and probably after he serves as the governor of Nairobi, he probably wants to run for president. And another thing, the one that really puts him in danger, is Babu Owino wants to inherit Raila's what? Raila's seat. Your seat, the kingpin of Nyanza province, okay? Which, that is the biggest threat to Babu Owino. That is the biggest danger. Afadhali you're a governor. Understand what I'm saying? Angesema na run for governor, that's fine. But that's also still problematic. But verbalizing, and being very, very ambitious about running for, taking Baba's place as the head honcho coming from Nyanza province, that is what will be Babu's undoing. Because now, like I told you, the older jealous proverbial prophets, using the prophet thing example I was giving, the politicians within ODM are going to work day and night to make sure that Babu does not only become a governor of Nairobi, but does not win the hearts, souls, and minds of Nyanza province, Luo Nyanza voting bloc, regardless of how famous he is. How are they going to finish Babu? There's a lot to work with. Already you see Amenya, whatever his name is. Amenya's been posting all the old stuff about Babu Owino. The drug use, okay? Unga ile alikuwa na snot, the way he was slapping people, and he's bringing all this video clips of Babu slapping people in Nairobi University, and how Babu helped the person who assaulted some girl in University of Nairobi back in the day, okay? And how, Babu Owino posing with a gun, DJ, I forgot his name. The story of that DJ that he shot is coming back again. Why are those things being brought back again? They've started the campaign of derailing Babu Owino's dreams pathway. Okay, they've started. So Babu, listen to me, Babu. That is the mistake you made. The thing that you should have done, is too late now, but you can still fix it somehow. I'll tell you how to fix it. But here's the thing, Babu Owino. Let me just tell you something what you should have done first, and then what you can do now. What you should have done, Babu Owino, was to play cool. When I say play cool, what do I mean? Don't come out and say, I'm running for gubernatorial seat in 2027. You should have just unanyamaza. When you went to Kasarani, unaona vile people are cheering you on. Ungejifanya you're the most humblest person. Play humble. You know, if you want to win, I know you've already won some hearts within some quarters in demographic, okay? But if you want to widen your ninio, ungejifanya mpole. Unajifanya ati it is the people's choice. It is not you positioning yourself as the kingpin of Nyanza. We ungejifanya tu it is the people who are choosing you. Unajua vile uliingia hapo Kasarani and ulikuwa unafanya hivi, unasherekea and you're directing the ninio. Guess what wakina Ruto wanaangalia? Guess what they're seeing? Let me take a sip. Oh, shababa. I can feel it right now. Like the video, guys. Everyone who's here, please like the video, subscribe, share, comment, follow me, subscribe on YouTube, and like my video on YouTube. My name is Kenya Revolutionary. And if you're watching me on X, please follow me. Listen to me. Unajua vile Babu was entering Kasarani, the people started cheering. Hey, Babu, 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 Babu. And Babu got caught up in the moment. Babu was caught up in the moment and he was like, yeah. He was, I mean, I feel how I get it. I understand, okay? Ashraf Karibu San, I like the video. Thank you so much. And I sing him. So he was like, yeah! He's also caught up in the moment. Euphoria. When people are walkona mshangilia. And I understand, like I say, Babu is young. That's his problem right there. So watu walikuwa namshangilia, yeah, Babu, Babu, Babu. And he was like, yeah, it's a funeral, Babu Owino. You forgot that. It's a funeral. This is not a campaign. You're in a funeral. Tone it down. Unasikia Babu? Tone it down. It's a funeral. Ungejifanya tu mungwana, acknowledge the crowd, wave, okay? Then jifanya, poeni vijana. We have something more important. It's Baba being buried here. It's about Baba. It's not about me. But obviously, it's you, right? You're getting the... Babu nasikia. Babu, you need to send me a check. I've been helping you. Nakupatia dinyo za bure hapa na... Wewe Baba. Ati Baba. Wewe Babu. Send me a check. 100, nilikuambia, per month, $100,000 US dollars, okay? But listen to me. Yes, Shaima, I see you. Karibu sana. I like the video. Babu, you should have walked in there. Jifanya uko humble. Jifanya uko na uzuni. Because 90% of everybody who was there walikuwa najifanya wako na uzuni. Okay? If you see Mbadi crying, Mbadi's crying because he knows very soon he'll be fired by Ruto and he will have to go back to, I don't know, Mbeta, wherever the heck he comes from. And he'll have to vie again because Baba is not there anymore. Okay? Nani, Ruto is about to restructure. Yes. Thank you so much, Shaima Hussein. Shaima. I don't know if it's Shaima or Shaima. I always mess up your name, but thank you. And I see you. I'm so happy to see you back. It's been a while. So, yeah. So, like I was saying, Babu. Babu, ungetembea hapo with your black suit, with your crocodile tears. Probably wear Crocs too. No, don't wear Crocs. Wear too black. Go in there, and when the crowd acknowledges you and wanapiga makelele, wave to them. Jifanya very humble. Play humble, okay? Wambie, exactly, Shima. He should have played lay low. Absolutely. Okay? That's exactly what I'm saying. Babu should have laid low. Angejifanya, hey, tulieni, it's okay, it's cool, guys. Naona, okay, I see you guys, but hey, it's about Baba today, not me. It's about Baba. Ungengoja mpaka then ninio iishe. Procession na Baba are quite buried. Then after Baba is buried, that's when you start your campaign. But you start it in a very subtle way. Okay? You start it in a subtle way. You don't mention that you're running for gubernatorial seat. You don't mention that you want to be the next kingpin in a radio station or whatever of Nyanza. No. Make your have your Nyanza tour and build consensus. Where enda pale uanze kuadvocate for things that you know watu wa Nyanza wanataka. Watu Yuthurwa mnataka tuendelee na hii ninio broad-based ama tuache. You know, get some consensus there without mentioning that you want to become the kingpin, because once you start kutembea hapo Nyanza, around Nyanza, okay, you already have the name, so people want to come out and see what you're saying. Then consult with the people. Ask them, mnataka tuendelee na hii blood-based government, broad-based, and hear it from the people. Then once you get an idea of where the people want to go, ukisikia watu wanasema Ruto must go, then start saying Ruto must go. What I'm trying to say is this. In that way, you will be speaking for the people without actually saying that you're the representation of the people. And automatically, it is the people who will declare you the kingpin of Nyanza without you saying, after Baba ni Babu. You see what I'm saying? You have to do it in an intelligent way. A king does not have to go out there in public and say, he's a king. A king akikuja, the way people will react will tell you that this person is the king without even somebody telling you this is a king. Unaona? Ile aura, vile naingia. Lakini ukiingia na wanasema, hey. You know what Ruto will do? Thank you so much, Peter Karaoke. Nice seeing you. Now, you know what Ruto will do? You know what Ruto will do? Ruto atakupigia simu. Maana ashaona. Because Ruto is, listen, wewe sikia nani, Babu. Listen to me. Umejiweka, you're putting yourself in a very precarious place. Because what Ruto will do is this. Now that he knows that you have influence in Nyanza province, okay? What Ruto will do is this. Okay? Since he will be hunting for votes in the Nyanza province, what he will do is, now that he sees that, okay, watu wanakusikia, he will try to have a meeting with you, okay? Atakupigia simu, you guys sit down, and then he will try to cut a deal with you. He'll be like, hey, listen, Babu Owino, I can see, you know, you can move a crowd. I see everyone wants you to go to Ninio. And he will try to cut a deal with you. Now, you have two options. Number one, you can agree with Ruto and cut a deal. Now, right, he's a sitting duck, absolutely African philosophy. Please, guys, make sure you subscribe. Subscribe, guys, so you can get more of this sauce, okay? Now, if you agree to get into a handshake with Ruto so that you uanze kuninia kusupport na wewe msupport, you're messed up. You're messed up, okay? You're stuck, okay? Because the people will turn against you and they will say you sell out. You're with Kasongo, okay? If you sign a deal with them, now kama vile Raila sign deal na Kasongo na useme ati okay, I'm supporting Kasongo in 2027 in turn ati akuweke governor wa Nairobi, you've sold out, and you will lose all that support you are having in Nio. The central province, watu wa central province hata kupigia kura hapo Nairobi ukitaka kunia governor, watu wajaluo watasema wewe umesell out. Some part of the Luo nation watakuacha. Because Ruto is hated everywhere. The only people who will vote for you itakuwa Somali maybe, okay? Now, the other problem, if you reject Ruto's deal, useme hautaki kusikizana na Ruto, you don't want to get into an agreement with Ruto, Ruto will come for you. Now you're a target because you're a threat to him. Unamnyang'anya votes za Nyanza kwa sababu now he sees you as the prince of Nyanza province. You see what I'm saying? Sasa, he will have to work with the people in ODM who are, you know, who he will buy or he will have influence over. I told you that majority of the ODM representatives are not going to be re-elected in 2027. So they'll be inclined to take Ruto's money in order wamfanyie campaign hapo uko Nyanza province because they want the money. they know they're not coming back. So they might as well enjoy the money in the hopes that Ruto akishinda, Ruto will put them in government in 2027. Akishinda, akishaiba kura. Understand? That's what this majority do. Mana unaona Wandai already came out and say that we are going to support Ruto past 2027, in 2027 and past 2027. We are going to work with him. Unasikia? Because Wandai knows he's not. Guys, do you see what is happening? Don't you see what's happening? Nilikuambia the ODM folks wife, the issue of Murima wife is both boon and burn for Babu. Yeah, niliwambia the ODM guys who are in government, they don't want this broad-based issue. They do not want this broad-based issue. They don't want it to end because they are getting fat paychecks and they are enjoying what comes with power. The red carpets, the news briefs, being called Mweshimia, and all that stuff. That's what they're enjoying, okay? They're enjoying their salaries, okay? So obviously, and majority of them, they understand that after 2027, okay, if Ruto akiwafuta kazi, if Ruto akifuta wakina Hassan Joho kazi, akifuta Wandai kazi, akifuta Mbadi kazi, and all these other people who joined the government, akiwafuta kazi, if they try to run in 2027, they will not be elected, because these guys, they were only elected and they're in that position on the strength of Baba Raila, who is now dead. Yes, Baba orphans. Baba orphans. Okay, so now you already had Opiyo and I saying, remember listen, this is what is contradicting about this. Raila Odinga said, remember when he said, who told you that ODM will not have a presidential candidate in 2027? Basically saying that ODM will have a presidential candidate in 2027, which the implication is before 2027, ODM will break this MOU that they signed with UDA. Then Raila dies. Opiyo and I today tells us that ODM will continue working with Ruto and support Ruto in 2027 and past 2027. So you see they are contradicting the Neo. If the party leader was expecting ODM to have a presidential candidate in 2027, but Opiyo and I is now telling us that ODM are to work with Ruto even after 2027, which means now Opiyo and I is looking after his own skin because Raila is dead, so he can't speak anymore. Okay, we shall hear what Sifuna will say after the burial. This is Sifuna faction. But what I'm saying is this: back to Babu Owino. Back to Babu. Mary Wilborn, I see you. Mary Wilborn is saying, let me read that comment real quick. Remember how they used to cheer Sonko? Uhuru dropped a bazooka in Sonko's office, and that's all she wrote. Nowadays, the same people probably don't even wave Sonko's way. Absolutely. Huh? Things about to get messy. That's why I'm telling you, Babu Owino, you've made yourself a target, because these old folks, those people who are sitting in that days, Apo Jew, when they saw your entrance and they see the kind of reception you're getting, alafu you're also, you're pumping your nose on them, telling them that, hey, Mimi, I'm the next Baba. Oh, you're going to drive Gladys Wanga crazy. You're driving Badi crazy. You're driving them crazy. They've been there. Hao walikuwa najiona hao ndio the next to Baba. Lakini wewe, because remember when they started disassociating themselves with Babu was kind of like an outsider. He was kind of being kicked off in a way. Remember that? So Babu, wewe ukiingia hapo na unaanza kusema ati after Baba ni Babu, okay? and you're really, you're really telling them, I'm the next big dog, and they're seeing the crowd is getting excited about that, you're a target. And that's why I was telling you, Babu Owino, the biggest mistake you did was to show your hand way, way, way too early. Never reveal your intention. Ungeshikilia polepole tu, let the people pick you. Of course, you know the people like you. You don't have to tell those. Ungejifanya tu, Babu Owino, you should have pretended that hii mambo ya kingpin talk you don't even want to know. Ungesema, I'm just focusing on the people of Embakasi. I don't even care about being the kingpin. But endelea na kazi kwa ground. So the people's voices would have been louder than your claim that you're the next kingpin. Now that you, like I said, now they're going to derail your dreams, especially leading up to 2027. Wait, ngoja tu, Raila naiko tu kwa ground hivi. When is Raila being buried? Is it tomorrow or when is Raila being buried? Raila is getting buried in when? Saturday or Sunday? Saturday or Sunday? I think it's Sunday. Sunday. I don't know if it's public or not. But immediately, Babu or Raila is buried. Sunday. Thank you, Fire Nation. Hit that like button and subscribe, please. Guys, I see a lot of people here. Please subscribe. Do not let me down. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. And put the like button up. So immediately, Raila is put on the ground. And I call ground. Watch the civil war that's about to happen in ODM. Let me read this video. The show Babu opened jealousy, especially today when the crowd was shouting at DP to allow him to speak. Absolutely. They cannot contain themselves. In our chomandani, it burns them. Seeing Babu Owino getting all the attention. It burns them. And Babu Owino, you're not helping. You saw what happens in Kasipul. These people can do something to you. That's why I'm saying, Babu, umejiweka in a box. Because Ruto will approach you. Ruto will approach you, definitely. Because Ruto aliangalia akasema, hii kijana ndiye ameshikilia sasa, inherit already. Atatuma nani? What's his name? Kibet. Farouk, reach out to nani. Listen. I already saw Babu Owino posing with a picture with Matiang'i. Hey, Babu Owino, the young prophet. Babu Owino, I saw a picture of Babu Owino. Hey, let me read this one. Babu was marked since Ongondowere funeral. His enemies will surround him in Luo Nyanza and from Ruto affiliates. Absolutely. Okay? Babu is a marked man. Babu is not safe. Okay? And I'm not saying I'm not exactly a huge fan of Babu Owino. I mean, I like the fact that he's young and ambitious. But other than that, I don't know. Case absolutely. Alama kumi kwa Shaima. You've just read my mind. I've been saying this. If this is what Ruto is going to play, because listen, Ruto has all the cards. Listen to me. Ruto has all the cards. Okay? Listen to me. Ruto has all the cards. He has the money from the treasury, so he can make things happen for those who he can't buy. He will blackmail and buy. Now, on the other hand, Kenyatta, okay? Kenyatta, I don't think Kenyatta is necessarily opposed to Ruto. Like I told you, Uhuru Kenyatta knows he cannot run again. Uhuru, all he cares about is as long as his family interests are secured, Ruto is not messing with it. Ruto endelea. Whatever you want to do, endelea. Okay? There's nobody in the middle right now. It is either Gen Zs or not. Okay? So what I'm saying is this. Ruto is going to use blackmail na pesa. So, Babu Owino, you will be summoned by Farouk Kibet to go to State House, mukae chini. It might be at night. It might be at night. And he will read you the riot act. Well, not necessarily, but he will give you some options. He will tell you, hey, Babu Owino, nataka uingie kwa hii team two term. All right, as they call it. So utafanya hiyo kitu ama namna gani? Ukikataa, unakumbuka ile, listen, the DJ Evolve case will never go away, Babu Owino. Your story, it will be even played on national TV 10 times a day if they want to finish you. Unaona? Ndio maana you should have never. Kwa sababu, listen to me. On the flip side, listen to me, Babu Owino, if you listen to me, I know you're watching. Ungewacha watu wakuchague as the next kingpin. Once people choose you, okay? If people see, hey, Babu ametosha. Once people see it, umetosha. Even if they see a video of you strangling an old woman in a maize farm, wangekushamea. Wangesema, hiyo ni kitambo. Babu Owino ako sawa. Babu Owino ako sawa. Hiyo acheni Babu. Because the people. Lakini saizi, remember, Ruto is going to try to control the narrative, depending on what Gen Zs do with the cyber bill that Ruto ameleta. The cyber bill is designed for Ruto to dominate the internet. Ile narrative anataka iendelee kwa internet, because like I told you in my first video, Ruto wants to control the narrative in the internet because he understands that's where majority of the Gen Zs have their discussions and plan things and how they express themselves. So if he can limit the kind of information that is put out there that the Kenyans consume in Kenya, okay, he will be in control, because he will only let people who praise his government, okay, to post things and all that. Ukisema kitu about Ruto, 10 years or 10 million, unalipa. Unaona? Ndio maana Gen Z saizi they have started, wameanza kusema ati wanaenda maandamano ya cyber laws, against the cyber laws. You understand? Okay? So Babu Owino, listen up. Moving forward. Moving forward. What should Babu Owino do? That's the question now. What should Babu Owino do, if at all he wants to watasema new a witness? ati watasema new witness has occurred. You know what? We don't even need a new witness. Kuna video evidence. Kila mtu aliona. Unless waseme hiyo ilikuwa AI. Ati new witness. The video evidence iko hapo. That's funny. Ay. Ati new nani anasema Jeffrey 95 anasema DJ Evolve case is over, furthermore isn't he alive? I'll tell you why it's not over. Remember when he was first charged with Ninio, he was charged with that case, sindio? Alafu hiyo case ikaisha, sindio? Alafu there was a time when Babu Owino alianza kutukana Uhuru. Remember? During Uhuru's tenure. Akaanza kutukana Uhuru. Uhuru akapiga simu huko judiciary. Mara kidogo they charged Babu Owino of a new charge of ilikuwa inaitwa reckless dischargement of a firearm or something like that. It was a new charge. Akarudi kotini tena. And after rudi kotini, he went and apologized to Uhuru. Alikutana na Uhuru aka-apologize personally. Na hiyo case ya reckless discharge of firearm iliisha hivyo. From that day, Babu Owino has never tukana Uhuru ever again. Paka wa leo. That's why I'm laughing at that comment, because I know it will happen. Wataileta tu mpya. um, Fire Nation, Fiat Nation, whatever the case, anasema Babu ako sawa, maintain hivyo. Sawa, maybe sawa. I think so. Maybe tutaona. I think so. Anasema focus on Governor Nairobi, mambo ya Nyanza awache. Absolutely. Actually, that will be a smart move. If Babu wants to be the Ninio, let him run for governor. Ukishinda hiyo gubernatorial seat na ukuwe governor wa Nairobi, make some changes that people can actually say, enyewe, service delivery in Nairobi enyewe improve. Nairobi is clean. Nairobi iko hivi. Hii mambo ya ghost workers imeisha. Corruption imeisha. People will be like, you know what? Enyewe. Automatically, without him doing anything, he will become the de facto obvious kingpin of Nyanza province. Automatically. It won't take long. Itakuwa automatic. Immediately. Huh? Automatically. It will, in fact, after 10 years of being governor, akisema anataka kusimama president, already he has Neo. And he builds allies with Wakina Ndindi Nyoro and all these young folks from other parts of the country. At Neo. But Babu Owino, as it stands right now, I think he's stuck. And you will see a lot of attack on Babu Owino. Okay? I don't know about physical attack, but with Kenyan politics, nothing is off the table. Hata ulisikia Linjiru akisema ati hata Moi walianza kupanga, walikuwa napanganga kuua Raila. Okay? So that's I think Raila was also intervening. Yeah, Raila was intervening. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, because Raila unajua alikuwa ataki Babu outshine. So that might be playing a part too. So yeah, that's true. Like the video, guys. Like the video. So yeah, like I was saying, Babu Owino's biggest mistake was to reveal his intention. Babu Owino's biggest mistake was to reveal his intention. Not only reveal his intention, was to declare himself the kingpin after Baba, even before Baba was buried. Okay, of course Raila was losing it. To be honest, let's be honest here. Raila had lost a lot of influence leading up, especially. Listen, his influence ilianza kudidimia in 2017 when he entered into a handshake with Uhuru. Okay, then once he entered into a handshake with Ruto, that was the end of it. He was done. He was done. Yeah. Okay, let me read your comments here. Naona comments ziko hapo kibao. The DJ already testified in favor of Babu. Reviving the case will obviously be seen as a political. However, I know the government can always get in one way or the other if they want to. Absolutely. I agree. The government will make up something, okay? They always make up. Vince Nakuona, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, and do all the good stuff. The cartels will tarnish his name in Nairobi. Yeah. I can't say because I don't know the nature of the cartels in Nairobi. I don't know how, but that's a good point because, you know, Mbuvi was complaining about the cartels and I'm sure Babu knows who these cartels are. And Akoyeni MP or Embakasi, he must be drinking with them and hang out with them, or Kienda Carnivore and all these places, wonderful places that people go to. So he probably know who they are. So he wants the job, so he must be ready for what's coming. He has to have a plan B. But yeah, so that's what I think it is. But I think, like I was saying, the level of jealousy against Babu Owino, and now that the attack, the information war has started, the people who are our bloggers wameanza to remind the people about his past, his criminal past, and all this stuff that he has done. It might bring Babu Owino's stocks down, okay? Which might not be good for him. But if that fails, like I say, in Kenya, there's nothing off the table. Hata kuuliwa, wanaweza kumaliza, especially if you're a person who, I don't know if he still does your unga, I don't know if he still sniffs unga or anaendanga huko kukunywa. it's easy to finish people like that because watakumaliza vile walimaliza Castro. Utasikia tu, oh, Babu Owino was out na demu wake or whatever the case is, and he ended up dead. So that's how they usually play. But anyway, guys, Ruth Atieno is saying, let's pray for Babu Owino. We never know. We'll take that part of late Raila Odinga. We never know. Absolutely. We never know who will take that Ninio. To me, honestly, I think that in Nyanza province, as far as the kingpin, there will be no kingpin per se, but there'll be influential individuals from different parts of Nyanza. Okay, let's say Homa Bay will have somebody who's really, really famous up there, who's really liked over there. Then we'll have, I don't know, Migori or whatever the case is, who will have Siaya will have its own. I think it will be like that. It won't be one person who actually determines how Nyanza province votes. Like, how Raila akisema ati haya tumeshikana na Uhuru, so tupigie Uhuru votes, and that's how it goes. I don't think it will be like that anymore. Nyanza province will be like Western Kenya, Western province. Okay? Unaona vile Western province wako. There's the Maragolis, there's I don't know, Bukusu and all that stuff. And they're all divided, okay? Wengine they are side with Ruto because of Mudavadi and Nani and the speaker, I don't know, I forgot his name, okay? Alafu kuna then there's the Natembea faction who are with Wamunyoro. So I think Nyanza will be like Western province where hawatakuwa pamoja because they're here and there. I think that's how it's going to be. They will be tutakuwa na mtu mmoja tu ana like it like it used to be under Raila, because things are going to change. Okay, we are going to have new leaders. People are going to choose their real. Hakuna ati sijui Raila amepatiana nomination to huyu na huyo ndiye atashinda. No. Things are going to change. Actually, the Kasipul election is on 27th, right? Which is next week, right? So I think that will gauge where we are. Nyanza is going to be divided south and central. Okay, Shaima Hussein, that's a good point. Like I said, yeah. Even I ask, where is Obama? Yeah. Well, Obama is in hot soup right now. I don't think he will want to involve himself in politics. He's accused of working with the former CIA Brennan to conjure up a story about the Russia story about Trump going to Russia and sleeping with prostitutes. So Obama is concentrating on Obama. He's worried he might face prosecution or something. So I don't think he wants to involve himself in politics. So yeah, yeah. But who else? I saw another comment here. I'm from Kenya. Hi. All right, John, I see you. Nice seeing you guys. Hey guys, do me a favor. I want all of you guys to like the video, and if you haven't subscribed in my channel, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Subscribe, share, like, comment, do all the good stuff, and make sure another thing too. Hit that notification bell. So every time I come on, you'll have the notification. Bing, I'm here. I always put the ninio na tunaweza kuongea. Salina, I see you. Nice to see you, John, Sammy. Nice to see you. In my part, Western, we have always supported Baba. Okay. But even Western, I mean, yeah, because Raila, historically, if you look at his lineage, he has Luya blood. Okay. I think his dad was not his dad, his mom was a lawyer. Okay. So, yeah. That's why some Luas always say it, Shaima is saying Homa Bay is gaining a lot from blood-based, unlike other Nyanza's counties. Yeah. The problem is Homa Bay, Gladys Wanga, is she that famous? Is she the crowd's favorite? I don't think so. I remember a few years back, last year or 2 years ago, when there's a pastor or a bishop who came out and mentioned how Gladys Wanga 300,000 was missing from, and he was it was a reverend or bishop who came to a radio station and was talking about Gladys Wanga, how she's misappropriating money and hiring his brother and husband and all this stuff. So nepotism basically and corruption. So people, they take note of that. And Kidero was trying to run on that. I think Kidero was running for Homa Bay too. So it's going to get interesting. Like I say, it's going. Aris, okay. Evan Sonyango, whatever his daughter Rosemary was married in my clan. Oh, okay. Evan Sonyango. Okay. All right. What else? Mbona walishoot watu wa Kasa? You mean Kasa Pool? Or what do you mean? I didn't get an in you. Oh, Kasarani, you mean Kasarani? Oh, Kasarani. I have no idea. That's a good question for Murkomen to answer. Did you see Murkomen acting as a total buffoon once the shooting started happening? But that's something I can't, unfortunately, I don't know why they were shot. These people were mourning for crying out loud. They did not have any weapons. Okay, I saw them throwing chairs because they wanted to see Raila Odinga, but that's still not a reason to shoot them dead. I mean, 8 people died. Police are out of hand in Kenya. It's ridiculous. Okay. All right, guys. It's 1 hour. I'll keep it to 1 hour. Just do me a favor before I leave. If you follow me on X, if you're on X, watching this on X, please like the video. Sorry. Yeah, like the video. Follow me on X. My name is Kenyan Revolutionary. Like rebel, then revolutionary, not revolutionary, but revolutionary. Okay, so follow me on X and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's the same as my name, and like the video, and also not only like the video, put the notification on, so tomorrow when I come in, I will get you here at Kongea. Maxman was disorganized. Ooh, Maxman was wale watu walikuwa na shoot watu were disorganized. Whatever the case is, it was still not, I'm a police, they shouldn't have shot people like that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. The African Philosophic, whatever your name is, Evan Sonyango, thank you so much. Fine, John Sami, thank you so much. Salina Etienne, thank you so much. Fire Nation, thank you so much. I'm shouting you guys out for your comments. Thank you so much. Shaima Hussein. Hopefully I said your name right. I always forget your name, but thank you so much for being here. I haven't seen you for a while. Thank you so much. Like the video and do all the good stuff. Everybody else, Zeddy, also anointed one from all will always remain to be anointed. Let me read this. This is interesting. The anointed one from God will always remain to be the anointed, whether they fight him or do whatever God's time will reach. Okay, good point. Like the video, share, subscribe, and do it. Nice seeing you, Zeddy. Who else? Everybody else. Ruth Atieno, nice seeing you. Vince, thank you so much. Jeffrey 9520, thank you so much. Everybody else, if I didn't call your name, don't take it personal. Thank you so much for watching. Share, like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Like I say, subscribe. Don't waste time. I'll be here tomorrow. We'll talk more and see what happens in the funeral. Will Babu Owino attend the funeral in Opoda? I don't know. We'll wait to see. Okay? But thank you so much. My name is Kenyan Revolutionary. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace and blessings. I'm out. Have a good night. Kisumu kutachacha. Because I have to go. Shaima, I have to go. I'm sorry. I have to go. Family matters. Kuna mambo, I have to that's why I have to close. Okay? I have to pick my young one. Okay? Sorry. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. I'll see you guys later. Peace and blessings. And let's talk tomorrow, Shaima. Put your notification on so tomorrow when I come in, we can continue with the conversation. I'm again. So, peace and blessings. I'm out.